Well, greetings from Everquest Footpad. Constance is here in the Crypt of Dalnir, and we're basically just starting the Shackle of Steel quest. We have the Shackle of Copper and Bronze. So, because those two shackles were covered with the great Project 1999 content put out by Flats through his monthly business videos, I thought we would continue where he left off. So standing on the shoulders of giants here, and start the Shackle of Steel quest. So I thought I'd do a tour of Dalnir, unequivocally the best zone in all of Everquest. And basically, you enter through Worslick's Woods, and you take this long corridor, and then you head north. And the hardest part about the Shackle of Steel is really just getting to Dalnir and getting to the Temple of Droga. So yeah, and I think generally speaking with EverQuest, a lot of it is just patience. So that's really the challenge of the epics. So from these corridors, you get to this sort of main exhibition hall where the Crypt of Dalnir is, and you go in through here. Nothing here sees invis. And this stuff is 30 levels lower than I am. I'm level 60. All right, and here's Dalnir's crypt. And what you do is you kind of levitate in through here, and this is a trapdoor. So you go through this sort of membranous fluid, and you drop down this well into the second floor here. Okay, and then you head south. All right, and with height filter, you can actually see the entrance right here. There's a fake floor leading to a second crypt. So yeah, you can tell these mobs all, a lot of them have Spirit of the Wolf. I believe this is the shaman that's Spirit of the Wolf, Spirit of the Wolfing everything here. And they all assist aggro, and they're all different classes. So some of them are Shadow Knights, some are rogues. They could be just about anything. Necromancers, shaman. So this checkered floor is another trapdoor. Here's a crypt that has a ground spawn in here. We can show you that. There's like an arrow that's a ground spawn used in another unrelated quest. So we just drop through this second trapdoor, and we get to this room. All right, and we'll hit height filter. Always your friend here. And what we're going to do is you take the west path here. And, if you're going to come here with a box, you have to really slow down. The hardest, I'm moloing this. I don't even have to molo it. But dragging Charlie behind me, this would be a royal pain. So, yeah, Dalnir, it's tough to get here. I mean, you take the over there outpost, book to get to Worslick's Woods, and then you run. And it's kind of a pain once you're in Worslick's Woods to get to Dalnir, and once you're here, it's kind of a pain to navigate. So it's hard to drag a box if you're true boxing. So you get to this sort of desecrated crypt, and you go in through where that crypt was, and you enter this room with these Kalai, right? On the live side, or on a TLP side, these Kalai drop Crescent armor. Crescent armor. We'll go ahead and kill them and see if any drops. And what's nice about those armor pieces is they have low weight on them. But they are like, you can't trade them. They're non-tradable. They might be on a free trade server. There we are. So yeah, but that only drops off the Kalai here. In Era, those are nice to get. But you can see, like, Defiant drops with more regularity than Crescent pieces. So, so on a live side, it really doesn't, you wouldn't come here for Crescent armor. I think Crescent armor is a great fashion quest. It's a great fashion statement. So, if you're in the bazaar, you look really cool. But I think, the intricate Defiant also looks cool. Okay, so here's the room right to our left. So what can spawn in here is either a Spectral Crusader, a Coerced Penkeeper, a Coerced Revenant, or a PH. What we're looking for here is the Coerced Penkeeper for the the Shackle of Steel. All right, so you need that coerced pen keeper, and there he is, the coerced pen keeper. So we're gonna kill him. Hey, Mr. Coerced pen keeper. All right, and then you're gonna need this nickel key. Boom. He also drops green goblin skin and fine steel. This is a great place to get fine steel weapons, by the way. All right. Just invis up, and we were really lucky because oftentimes you can tell I killed some mobs here. This is not my first time making this video. I first tried to drag Charlie through here and had some difficulty just navigating my box. So so that's cool. We got him. This is the Cly room. All of the stuff is pacifiable. None of it sees invis. So what I do with Charlie is I just AoE pacify all this stuff. I hit it with Wake of Tranquility and just single them out of here. And again, if you're doing this in Era, I would say you're looking for crescent pieces. The final boss is either the Cly Overseer or the Cly himself. And at level 60, they don't do anything. They're easy to take out. So that's the first half of the Shackle of Steel. Again, the hardest part about it is just getting to the name or the name placeholder, and once you're there, just waiting on a timer. And yeah. Yeah, so it's nice. They do drop fine steel, so there are some saving graces with Dalnir, but generally speaking, people avoid it. So that's the first half of the Shackle of Steel. We'll pick this up in Droga and the Frontier Mountains. Well, greetings from Constance. We're here in the mines of Droga, and so a couple considerations. We're in the jail, and we don't need to be here, at least in the revamped version of Droga. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave, and we're going to show you where the interrogator is. I spent a little time here. Not too bad. Nothing too bad. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you the way out of Droga. And basically you just kind of work the reverse to find your way in. And so basically, after the revamp, they kick a lot of the mobs from Droga outside. So the Goblin Interrogator doesn't spawn inside Droga anymore. They do in Project 1999, and in a classic TLP they probably do, but on a live server they don't. So we're going to show you where the Goblin Interrogator is, and I actually have Highwayman outside group that you can't see. He's sort of winked out of existence here, just because if I need the extra DPS with these guys, I think dragging Charlie would just slow things down. Not that I can't do good work with Charlie. It's just, with Constance, I can feign her off and then have Charlie pretty much consume all the mobs that need consuming, and then I can focus only on the mob I need to focus on. So right now it looks as though I'm just sort of single box moloing this, but I actually have my rogue who's out of group. Alright, so the way that you used to be able to get to the Goblin Interrogator was you would zone into the mines of Droga from the Frontier Mountains. But now he's in the Frontier Mountains, kicked out of Droga. So again, hardest part about these quests are finding your mob. Once you get to them, navigating to them, and then finally getting them single, and the mechanics of the actual fight. Most of them are sort of intricate, sort of group fights that you're fighting. Boom, follow, and yeah, I have EQ Highwaymen on auto follow here. So, all right, let's just get out of Droga. All right, so the way you get here is, I think the best way is from the Over There outpost. Just what do you call it? So after Kesora, or no, after Dalnir, I basically just headed. I just went to the Plane of Knowledge, using my Drunkard Stein, and then just ran south from the over there outpost. I mean, you could come here from the Dreadlands, but you got to keep in mind from the Dreadlands. Let's see here. Just go ahead and dismount. Thane. Oh, right. From the Dreadlands, just going to leave this. You have to, run, from the Combine outpost through the Snowy Side, and from the Snowy Side, past Karnor's Castle, then approach Frontier Mountains from the north. And, the Dreadlands is a gigantic zone, and if you're coming from Verona Vi, you're getting caught up on geometry. Your boxes are getting caught up on geometry, so I think it's probably better just the over there outpost is the easiest. Okay, so the Goblin Interrogator are in these caves. So what we're going to do is we're just going to invis, and Highwayman is going to Shroud of Stealth here, and we should be good. Alright. Go away, Straw Spun Belt. Alright. So, a couple things I was reading about the Ixar only quests. Like with the Ixar Shadow Knight quest, which gives you a one-hand weapon, which has Bane damage versus the Shizar. That's a great quest to do, I think, in Era. And the main reason being is the next Era that comes out, Lucklin, you're going to be killing Shizar, and you're going to need that, such that when you craft your Bane weapon, you can craft a two-hander for DPS, so the Shadow Knight will be able to bandolier between the one-hand to tank and the two-hand to do DPS. So I think the Ixar Shadow Knight quest is probably still worth doing in Era. So yeah. You can still, I think it's still a good idea to do these quests, for sure. Alright, there is the Goblin Interrogator. Come here, you jerk. And basically, I'm just going to have, there you go, there's my copper key. Boom. Leave this junk, and go back in piss. Alright. So yeah, I'm just keeping Charlie around, really, and you can see his cleric, but you can't see him. So I'm keeping him around really just for insurance. That's the only reason. But pretty much, I can solo this content. I don't really even need to be moloing it. Alright, so there's the crazed, enslaved Ixar. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have EQ Highwaymen just kill everything. And we'll kill the Pen Master, the Cave Hunter, and the enslaved Ixar and Ixar Slave. Let me just kind of back away because I want to make sure I'm going after the right mobs. So, alright, let's go ahead and leave all this junk. And let me make sure. So I think one of them is crazed and one of them isn't. Let's go ahead and kill the Stalagnite. Okay. And I want to make sure I'm handing this stuff in to the correct guy. I'll be right back. Hide corpse. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are with the Ixar Master, and this is Master Rinmark. And what you do is you say to this guy, quote, say, "What happened to your student?" Question mark. All right, so then he gives you this key. Now this key that he gives you, that's a container, right? And then you take the nickel key from Dalnir, and then the copper key from the Interrogator, not Droga. Combine it, and then you get a copper nickel key. Alright? That's how you do. And then, so now we have the Shackle of Bronze, the Shackle of Copper, and the Copper Nickel Key. So now we got to hand that to the Ixar slave in the Frontier Mountains. So how do we get there? So what we're going to do is we're going to use this fancy little North Desert of Row device, and that's going to take us there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to free Veltar, and then he's going to give us the Shackle of Steel. And then Veltar is going to be the mob that we use, I think, either for the Shackle of Timonium or for the Whistling Fists. But anyways, this is going to get us the Shackle of Steel. So we're going to pause the video right here, and then we're going to, right now we're just going to go to the Over There outpost. We'll be right back. Okay, here we are back in the Goblin Caves in the Frontier Mountains. Let's see here. I need to find an enslaved Ixar, which is here. And, okay. Alright, so there's an Ixar slave, not an enslaved Ixar, an Ixar slave. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have EQ Highwayman just pull off this stalagmite. Kill him. Okay, hide corpse, just to make things easier. Alright, so this right here, to this guy, you say, quote, "Are you Veltar?" Question mark. Or hail him. Oh, I'm invis. Say, "Are you Veltar?" There you go. Okay, you know my name. Okay, so this is the right guy. That's how you know. Alright, so then to this guy, you give him the Copper Nickel Key, right? Then you give him the left, or the Shackle of Copper and the Shackle of Bronze. Right. Then you get the Shackle of Steel, right? And then you get this crazed Ixar slave. Alright, you kill him. And you gain faction with the Ixar Necromancer Guild. And then you killed this guy. There you go. Alright. Hey. Alright. So here's the Shackle of Steel. So it's the 7th rung of the Swift Tail. So now I need to work on the 8th rung, which will be the Shackle of Timonium quest. So there you have it. And not too hard. So just remember that the Goblin Interrogator is here. He's not in the Temple of Droga. And your final turn-in mob is here, and you're going to have to talk to Master Rinmark before, and do the final combine before you do the turn-in here. In terms of the dialogue, now, or the lore, now Veltar is free, and so he's going to be a key part of the Shackle of Timonium quest, which we'll see in the next video. I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. Take care. Bye.